Genetec has grown into a global leader. What challenges have you faced in scaling the business internationally, and what advice would you give to companies aiming for global expansion?
Oh, I don't know. I don't think it's a good idea to do global expansions. Don't do it. So I don't know about the advice part, but in terms of the challenges, so when we were small, we were called upon to just bring a technology, and our customers would figure out how to extract value from that technology. As we grew, we were very lucky because one of our customers explained to us that our technology was enterprise shaping technology, and we didn't know what that meant. And we asked them, and they said, well, it's not only did you make us more efficient, but you changed the way we organize our company because of the existence of that technology. So that led us down the path of actually trying to figure out what can we do to help our customers create value inside their organization. Now we're at a point where we are called upon by customers to they ask us to show us and to guide them on how to derive value from the technology. So as we're growing, more and more we are brought into situations where we are not only asked to bring technology, but we're asked to bring know-how on how to reshape organizations to benefit from the digital transformations. So it's a long adventure. The best advice I can give any small company is be good at creating software, because the same thinking around designing good software is the thinking that is required to design a good company. And you'll find lots of customers.
What do you believe is Genetec's most significant contribution to the security industry, and how do you envision the company's future in the next decade?
That's a really hard question, because I'm not entirely sure what is our most significant contributions. There are contributions that I'm actually, quite happy that we made, and I think that we were part of the people that convinced the security industry that an open architecture was better than a closed architecture. So there's still companies that want to buy end-to-end solutions, one throat to choke, and there's still companies that try to sell, completely verticalized solutions. Those solutions tend to be fragile in time because the world changes, companies change, the customers change, requirements change. And it's only open architecture that lets us experiment with things, see if it works, and stuff might work for a while, and then you have to change it out. And open architecture lets us do exploratory problem solving. So maybe that's the contribution that we did. I know that another thing that we were involved with, I know that 20 years ago, people did not want to pay for software maintenance agreements because it was very much a hardware-driven world, and people did not realize that software was like a garden. You cannot plant your garden this year and expect it to be beautiful 5 years from now. Every year you have to remove the weeds, you have to actually rotate your flowers, otherwise you'll have weeds or bugs and things that you don't want. Well, software is like that. It's constant work, and I think that we also contributed to get people to realize that we can create more value for an enterprise by having a software or a hybrid approach than a purely hardware approach.
Do you think regulations for cybersecurity, for instance, will drive the market towards more openness in technical architectures?
So the problem that we have now is not so much a problem of technical skills. Yes, we do have a problem of technical skills. We need to have as many young people that think about how things can break. But we need to have the people that are allocating the resources, which tend to be older people, which tend to be people that don't understand the abstract nature of the technology. And we got to get them to take responsibility for their decisions. What we see often here when we see a cyber break, oh yeah, well, the technicians didn't do a good job. No, you did not put good governance. You did not put the amount of resources required for a minimum amount of safety. And that is negligence. So if I leave my car on the hill and I don't put the brakes on and it rolls down and kills people, I'm going to jail. The same thing if I am running a large company and I don't put the brakes on our computer system and the computer system rolls down the hill and scatters public data all over the road, that was negligence. And the people that do those governance and resource allocation decisions should be held accountable. So the regulations should not so much be about the technology, but about the governance. We already do that with money. Like, for example, you go to jail if you are an incompetent or dishonest administrator of a company. And we need to do the same thing if you are incompetent or dishonest about how you administer cyber, because cyber is now, it is part of our life, just like, the air, the water, the ground, pollution. Cyberspace is part of it, and it's everybody's responsibility. Where the government can help is go after people that are negligent about our environment. In the olden days, in these old cities in Europe, the sewers were, people would just open their windows and pour out the pots. And if you're walking under the street, when that happens, so sad for you. That's why they had these big hats. But that also caused a lot of disease and a lot of pain in the population. And it took a long time for everybody to decide that it's in our best interest to have a good sewer system, and you move all of this stuff outside of the city, and everyone is going to be healthier. This is the situation of the internet today, and it's the role of government to get everybody together and think that we need to make this 20-year investment to make our cyber cities livable again.